So in this episode of the Advent series, I'm going to be talking about these vertical float carts that I mentioned briefly at the end of the last video. So this is the original example I found using a wither skeleton. So wither skeleton in minecart sitting on slab, minecart on top of its head will deliver items into a hopper, but you can still place blocks above it, meaning it won't count to the volume. So that's pretty cool, but it's a bit bulky. Unfortunately, you're always going to have to use some sort of mob or entity to achieve these, but I found a new trick. So instead of wither skeleton on slab, if you use a baby zombie or baby zombie pigment, just so it doesn't burn in the sun, sitting on any block of height of 0.375, it will also give a float, like so. They're not actually quite at the same height, so we can see here, and the Y levels are very slightly different, but they're quite similar. So this one's slightly higher than that one. They both work as floats. So this one has some advantages. It's smaller, obviously. It goes one less down, so it's more useful in that way. And also, well, that's really the main improvement. So one thing you might think that is difficult is that you have to get something at 375. There's only a few blocks like that. Flower pot is one. So, but there are other ones we can use. For example, there's a hitbox at 0.375 inside a hopper. So if you're patient enough, you can actually get it to work. So if we just get a baby zombie here, then this will sort of just be bobbing up and down. Okay, that didn't quite go. It needs to go quite far into the block, and then we can give this piston here with a soul sand and one gated pulse. And now we can see here that's sitting at 0.375, so that's ready to perform a float with something else. You can also do it with a soul sand or a composter. There are other things that have 0.375 as well. The main disadvantage of these though is that because baby zombies are quite small, if this minecart is fully inside this block, there's no way that this minecart can sit on top of the other one's head. You can't really do the clip. So you have to bear in mind that this has to be sticking out a bit, which gives you more room to make it suffocate in harder placements. But hopefully someone will get some use out of that. So that's day 2.